Yeah, I'll take 5 gallons of Silver Bullet, and I need 2 gallons of Morning Fog, please.
Would you like that in eggshell, flat, semi-gloss, matte, low luster, high gloss, satin, velvet, or pearl finish?
I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. What? Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to show you what sheens of paint to pick for your flip properties. My name's Phil. Welcome to Phil's Contractor Corner, and I'm your South Jersey Real Estate Investor Network host. And the biggest question we got right now is, what type of sheen of paint do you pick for your properties? You know, it could be a flip property, it could be a rental property, whatever it is. There's so many different sheens, as you can hear with that annoying call right there. Eggshell, satin, semi-gloss, pearl finish, low luster, high luster. Man, what do we choose? So I'm going to help you answer that question in this video here, but just do me a favor. On the YouTube channel, if you can just click the subscribe button and even hit that little bell there for the notification symbol, you'll be informed every time a new video gets brought up. We're bringing out one video a week here from Phil's Contractor Corner to help you learn some tips and tricks that I've learned out in the field here with flipping properties over the past few years. So paint sheens, I'm going to go from your low like shiny all the way up to your high shiny. So we're going to start with low first, starting with flat paint. Flat paint is one of my favorites here. So flat helps hide a lot on the walls. You typically want to use flat on the walls is my biggest recommendation. If there's one takeaway you take from this video, it's going to be choose flat most of the time. Right above that is matte. You can also choose a matte finish. So basically, like, you know, if you think about when you're doing flips or you're doing your rentals, you know, the walls are all beat up. You're going in there where there's some construction, some renovation, some walls are coming down. You got drywall guys in there, some tape and spackling going on. How many of you have ever experienced very poor finish on your drywall or spackle work? I know I have, and I even hire what I think are the professionals at times. So those imperfections are going to haunt you if you go with a very shiny paint. So that's why flat and matte finishes are going to be a very good paint to help hide that for you. They're also going to cover very well on the wall. So like I said, matte is just above that. You can use matte as well. And typically your flats are always used on ceilings. Ceilings will cast light in a certain way or manner, much more than a wall will, and you will see a lot of nail pops or imperfections or bad seams on your ceiling. So you definitely always want to use a flat. Me personally, I use Sherwin-Williams products, and a Master Hide is a very good flat paint to use for ceilings. But ceilings and walls, always flat is my go-to, whether it be a rental or a flip property. Even something that's over $200,000, $300,000, flat is just the way to go. You don't want them seeing those imperfections when they come in the door to buy your property. But moving on up, you know, your higher, shinier paints are going to be like your eggshells, satin, semi-gloss, or a high gloss. There's even trendy is a pearl finish. So the real reason behind these higher sheens or these shinier sheens is going to be they're washable. So if you're trying to look out for your end buyer, your client, you always want to do your doors and trim in that, because that's high traffic areas. That's where your hands are going to hit. People's dirty hands, little kids' dirty hands are going to be all over that stuff. So if you don't want to keep touching the paint up all the time, you use a gloss and it's washable. So on that note, if we're thinking about our walls and we want our walls to have that feature without having to go with a very good finish with drywall work and making this a drawn out process on your project, then I highly recommend you look for a washable flat paint. Sherwin-Williams carries it. All the large retailers or box stores are going to carry some type of washable flat paint. It's relatively newer on the market, and that's a great way to achieve the same concept without having with the ability to be able to hide the imperfections on the walls and still give your product a washable feature on the wall. So that's really it. You know, sheens of paint can be very difficult, as you heard on the phone there. You know, there's 10 different types of sheens of paint. So once again, flat paint is the best recommendation I can give you. That is your go-to paint for hiding a ton of imperfections on the wall. Not a ton, but you know, a decent amount of imperfections in the wall. Otherwise, you go with those eggshell finishes or semi-gloss finishes on your walls, you are really going to regret it, because you're just going to see all those imperfections when light is casting on there in many different angles. Last thing I'll leave you with here is you always also want to use an eggshell or a washable paint in your wet areas, like your bathrooms, your kitchens, and stuff like that. And that's because those areas do need to be washed. You get humidity levels from cooking or humidity from people taking a shower. So you don't want mold maybe to grow in those areas or grease to stick to the walls. You want it to be able to come off and slide off there. So that smooth, shiny finish makes it washable. That's really what it is. So like I said, if you're on our YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button there and hit the notification bell so you'll know when I'm coming on next week for another contractor tip from Phil's Contractor Corner. So have a great night, everyone.